My name is Astrit Ismaili. I'm the director of The First Flower, which is premiering in Locarno Film Festival. The First Flower is an auto-fictional experimental short film. It's a musical. And it's about the courage to transform and the desire to love and be loved. The biggest inspiration for the film was actually the evolution of plants into flowering plants. 100,000 million years ago, plants did not have flowers, and their only reproductive agent was the wind, which made it very difficult for plants to reproduce. Over time, they evolved into flowering plants, and the entire ecosystem changed. And this aspect of beauty becoming a form of resilience really inspired me. Siki's character is actually shaped after my own experience growing up in the pre-war, post-war, and then independence of Kosovo. Growing up in Prishtina in this period, the energy was quite interesting because a lot of things were actually changing socially and politically. However, when it comes to questions about gender identity and especially queerness, there was a lot of absence of discourse, and I wondered what does freedom mean when we don't talk about these certain very important things. And this particular period in my life, just leaving the street, it felt like a performance. Sometimes that was celebrated and sometimes that was cherished. And then I had to think about limitations, these certain limitations that push a certain type of a creativity that basically sometimes brings also something new. And in this case, The First Flower is a perfect metaphor how beauty can actually stand as a form of resilience and bring change not only in themselves but also in the environment around. The biggest challenge for making this film was actually going back to film. A lot of people within the visual arts scene know me as a performance artist, but little they know that I actually did start my artistic practice with film. And then later I actually shifted to performance because I was interested in the transformational potential of bodies and spaces and also the limits of the human body. Throughout these years I've been working with voice, music, installation, wearable musical instruments and body extensions. And these elements definitely informed the way how I also started working with film. The biggest challenge maybe was bringing all these different elements together, film, performance, installation, sculpture, in a way that feels coherent and that it feels genuine. Also my ambition was to create a film that feels quite cinematic and it's professionally crafted, and thanks to the great team that believed in this project, that was made possible. It actually feels great that the film is finally done and ready to be in the world. I'm very excited to actually see the film on the big screen and also hear the feedback of the audience, and I hope that it will resonate with them. And I hope that it will be just the beginning of the journey of this film, and I hope it will go to many different places. The most important message in the film, maybe the best way to kind of say that is through the last lines of the film, which goes like, life is really short and I want the best of it. Life is really short, so be part of it. I have been so down, I had no reason to stay, but I found a way and I am gonna stay. Thank you CNL for taking the ferry with me. I gotta go, and you come and see the film at Locarno Film Festival. Bye!
Running away as he